Hi, I'm Dana Dembski, and I am your middle school interpreter. I grew up in Kenosha, and I went to Tremper High School and Lance Middle School, both of which had a deaf and hard of hearing program and sign language interpreters, so I was around them a lot growing up. Also, I just recently graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's interpreter training program. I also have passed the RID interpreting test, the written portion of it. I have passed the EIPA test, which gives you the credential that you need in order to interpret in educational settings. Also, I have passed the WITA, which allows me to interpret within the state of Wisconsin. My experience. This will be my first year as an educational interpreter. But back in high school, I had a student partnership at an elementary school where there was a deaf child with Down syndrome. And I worked with him and made sure he was learning the correct sign language and he was on track with all of his studies. I also helped teach a 5th grade class songs for their spring show. And I taught them songs like The Circle of Life from The Lion King. Also, I taught them Christmas songs. I was in a play, Children of a Lesser God. I had a speaking role, but also I was an interpreter when there were 2 hearing characters conversing with each other. I was my high school sign language club president. And once I got to college, I was the Signing Student Association event coordinator for 2 years. And then I was the SSA president for my last year of college. To be an educational interpreter, the role is to facilitate communication between the deaf student and other students and staff members. I also will make sure that the deaf student is receiving all information within the educational environment needed in order for them to be successful. I also will work collaboratively, working with the teachers, principals, and counselors in order for the deaf student to be a success. These are a few tips when using the interpreter within your classroom. Please look directly at the deaf student. Do not look at the interpreter while you're trying to have a conversation with the deaf student. Please speak directly to the deaf student as well. You don't need to tell me, can you please tell the student this? Just speak directly to the deaf student. Also, there's a thing called lag time within interpreting with interpreters, and sometimes I'm not right with the person that's talking, and I need a little time to produce a quality and clear interpretation to the student. So sometimes you need to be a little bit more patient and just give me a few extra minutes to get the point across to the deaf student. Also, please call on the student and not on the interpreter during class time. And please always keep in the back of your mind that my voice is actually the student's comment. It's not my own personal comments. Prep material will only make things more accessible and equivalent for the deaf student. So if you have lesson plans, activities, a lecture outline, homework, assignments, or any readings ahead of time, please email me or put them in my mailbox, and I will use that to prep for the class, so I know where it's going and I can produce a better and more quality interpretation for the student. Also, if you are showing videos in your class, they should be closed captioned. So you should please keep that in mind when choosing videos for your class. Deaf technology. Many deaf students use hearing aids. Some of them also use FM systems that have now actually gone digital. And there's a picture of a woman wearing one at the bottom. The teachers will wear a little side pack and a microphone on their shirt. And this actually sends signals to something that hooks into the child's hearing aid, and it will help them hear clearer. Some students also have cochlear implants, where there's a picture on the left. Some classrooms will have deaf and hard of hearing students. They may use an interpreter, but they could still hear some, so just keep that in mind. Also, these are different areas where interpreters are used within educational settings. The things that I will definitely be interpreting is in the classroom, class field trips during the school day, morning announcements during advisory, study hall, pullouts with the DHH teacher, group projects and in-class work, parent-teacher conferences, and the IEP meetings. Also, I could be interpreting at places such as the school dances, school plays. If the deaf student is involved in the plays, I could be interpreting their rehearsals. Also, sporting events, sport practices, and any extracurricular activities that the deaf student is involved with. So I hope this gives you a better idea of my role as a middle school sign language interpreter. Thank you for your time.